Hi folks, I'm David Purcell, Sales Manager at Milton Ruben Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Augusta, Georgia. I want to introduce to you an all-new vehicle. This is a 2011 Dodge Durango. I know some of you have heard of the Durango name in the past, but this is nothing like the Durango you knew before. This vehicle, when they redesigned it, came out, they started with a GL Mercedes chassis and worked their way up. This vehicle is the epitome of luxury. They've gone to distances with this Dodge that's never gone before. For example, I want you to take a notice right here in the front of the vehicle. This is an actual radar on the front of the vehicle. This vehicle has something called adaptive cruise control. So when you set your cruise control and you're going down the road and you come up behind another vehicle or a vehicle pulls out in front of you, this vehicle actually reduces speed without you touching anything. And so that you actually maintain the speed as a vehicle in front of you. Then once that vehicle either gets off the interstate or you change lanes so you're no longer in front of that vehicle, you'll resume the speed you are currently going without ever touching anything. So you can actually set the cruise control for once and leave it, and it actually do what it's supposed to do. You'll also notice additional sensors up here in the front. The headlights will turn themselves on, turn themselves off, and it'll also get bright your lights, dim your lights, and it knows the difference if that's a vehicle coming towards you or if you're in a neighborhood. So it takes care of everything for you, to include rain sensor windshield wipers. This vehicle also has the windshield wipers are set up with rain sensors built in it, so if it feels it starts to rain, that it's automatically going to turn the windshield wipers on for you. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the newness in the vehicle, but the main thing I want to really talk about is all the technology, because there's so much to go over in the technology on this vehicle. But two of the main things you want to know about: first is the GL Mercedes chassis. Second is it's up to two engines, a 3.6 liter or a 5.7 liter. So you can get a 6-cylinder motor or the V8. The 6-cylinder motor is a new 3.6 Pentastar. It's in conjunction with Mercedes also, and it's going to run 292 horsepower at 260 foot-pounds of torque. Or you can also elect to stay with a 5.7 Hemi that's been around with Chrysler for a very long time. This particular Hemi 5.7 is an MDS motor. The MDS motor has a really neat thing about it. When you set that cruise control and you get the steady rate of speed going on the interstate, what will happen is that V8 becomes a V6 once it levels out. And believe it or not, if you keep your speed regulated long enough, it actually backs it down to a 4-cylinder motor for you. So that improves your fuel mileage greatly. So this vehicle actually on the interstate will almost get as good a fuel mileage as having a 6-cylinder motor in it. You actually can get, with a Hemi motor, you can get over 20 miles to the gallon. Once you notice the size of the vehicle, the Durango is a 3-row passenger vehicle. It has the stadium style seating where as you go to the back row, it moves up just a little bit, and the third row moves up a little bit more. But it also has theater style speaker systems in this vehicle, so that when you're having, as you notice, if you look up the center of the car, you'll notice the DVD system hanging down. This has Sirius TV. So you can actually, the children can watch Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or Disney Channel right from the vehicle with their headphones while mom and dad listen to the radio. But if you'll notice, the speakers here aren't mounted in the side facing each other. Most vehicle speakers face in towards each other, which in doing so, the speakers aren't actually going towards where people are. Notice the speakers are mounted here, and they add a 45-degree angle that cross actually into the vehicle. This vehicle also has equipped properly, has a 5,000-pound towing capacity. Once you look at the size of the wheels on this vehicle, what makes a vehicle ride good? What makes an SUV ride good? Well, it's length versus width versus wheel diameter. This vehicle rides like a car. When you get in it and drive it, it feels like a car. When I say it has the chassis of a Mercedes, it has the ride and feel of a Mercedes. And then all the luxury too. Notice how the seats in the back have holes in it. We're talking about actually rear heated, cooled seats in the second row of this vehicle. This leather is soft touch leather, something new and improved for 2011. And they completely thought of everything. This particular one is an all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive is available, or two-wheel drive, so you have that option. This being all-wheel drive, it's very simple. It's right there in the center console. Easy turn of a switch. Navigation system built in. Bluetooth for your cell phones are built in. Climate control. Everything. You can do left side, right side, and rear, so you can have 3 different climate settings in the vehicle. The front seats are heated and cooled, same as in the rear seat. to include, how about a heated steering wheel? You know, it's nice to get into a warm car or a warm seat when you first get it on a cool morning, but to be able to have the steering wheel warmed up so you're not grabbing that cold steering wheel, that's the first thing you're really touching for a long period of time. So you have a heated steering wheel to go with it. There are full set of buttons on the front and rear of the steering wheel in order to take care of watching your information center and also change your radio stations and everything without ever having to leave your hands off the front of the vehicle. Folks, there's more about this vehicle than I could ever sit down and talk to you about in just a few minute video. What I do is I challenge you to get up off the couch, get out from in front of the computer, wherever you're sitting right now, come down to Milton Ruben, take one of these vehicles for a ride. I promise you won't be disappointed. You know, in the current economy, I know cost is important for everybody, but these vehicles start as little as $29,988. So you can be under 30 and drive a Mercedes. I assure you, you can't go down to the pre-owned Mercedes lot and buy a Mercedes for under $30,000. Come on down, take a look at this vehicle. My name is David Purcell, sales manager at Milton Ruben Chrysler Jeep Dodge here in Augusta, Georgia. If you're still sitting there in front of the computer, jump online real quick, take a look at this vehicle at our website, drivebaby.com. Can't wait to see you.